But the question is that how can Parvati have any ignorance in her? Is it possible for Parvati to have any ignorance in her? If Parvati can be overcome by Maya, then what to speak of Surdas, Tulsidas, Mirabai? Then no God realized saint will be beyond Maya. And the fact is that once one attains God, then Maya can never touch. So later on, after their second marriage, Shankarji tells Parvati, राम कृपा ते पार्वती सपने हूँ तव मन माही शोक मोह संदेह भ्रम मम विचार कछु नाही. He says, Parvati, you never had any shok, moh, sandeh, bhram, any doubt, any ignorance, any dualities. You have always been beyond this. Lord Shiv himself rejected Parvati, and now he says, you are beyond all this. Tum Raghuvir charan anuragi kinihu prashna jagat hit lagi. You were doing a leela for the welfare of the souls. Tadapiya shanka kinihu joi kahat sunat kar sab hit hoi. You wanted to give us all the message that we must not use our intellect in the divine pastimes of God. To teach us that lesson, you used your intellect yourself and showed to us, look what happened to me. You souls, listen and don't make this mistake. So, for the welfare of our souls, you performed this pastime. In other words, God and the God realized saints, their goal is always welfare of the souls. For that, this whole picture was made. Now, when a picture is made, the director cannot make it himself. There has to be a hero and a heroine and a villain and people on the side and people on the villain side, then the whole drama unfolds. That is why when Ram comes in this world, along with Ram, his saints have also come. Somebody is becoming the father, somebody is becoming the mother. When all the saints were sitting with God in his abode, Sri Ram said, I have to perform my pastimes, my leela again in this Mrityulok on the earth planet. Who will become my father? Dashrath ji said, give me the chance. Who will become my mother? Kaushalya said, let me have this service opportunity this time. Who will become my children? Love and Kush said, us. Who will become my enemy? This is a dangerous role. Because for the rest of history, that person will be disliked. Till today, Ravan is disliked. Nobody names his son Ravana. There was one Ravan in Treta. After that, there's been no Ravan. No Duryodhan. But in the state of Odisha, I come across many Duryodhans. So I was wondering, why does a father and mother give their child the name Duryodhan? Then I was told, if there have been 2-3 stillbirths to some family, then as a remedy for that, they give a bad name to that child who survives, that we'll give him a bad name, he will continue to survive. That is their belief. So you come across many Duryodhan, Sahu, etc. But this Ravan was also a God-realized saint. If my Lord needs an enemy in the pastime, let me be the enemy to fulfill his desire. Who was Ravan? He was Jai and Vijay, who had descended from Saket Lok to participate in the Lord's pastimes. So that is why these saints together, they enact a pastime to teach us. There's a message in it. And the message in this particular Leela was that in the pastimes of God, you don't use your intellect. You attach your mind and hence your love. Because with your intellect, you cannot understand everything. If you did, then what would be the difference between Ram and you? So similarly, the God realized saints, they engage in the welfare of the souls. And they have to do welfare in different ways. Now, we cannot understand all their activities. If we could, then we would be at the same level. Swami Vivekananda said, what I did, he enhanced the image of the Vedic philosophy at a time when India was down in the doldrums. So he said, what I did will take another Vivekananda to understand. Jesus Christ said, my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your ways. For the heavens are higher than the earth, and so are my thoughts higher than your thoughts and my ways higher than your ways. So what I wish to say is that through the external actions of the saint, you cannot recognize. How then will you recognize a saint? Narad ji has said, Durlabho gamyo moghascha, but how will you recognize a saint? So he gives the solution in the next sutra. Sutra number 40. Labhyate pitat kripayaiva. He says you will find a saint by the grace of God. God is seated in your heart and He knows your desire. If you make a sincere desire to reach God, He will help you out. You make a strong yearning in yourself. Oh Lord, I wish to meet you, but I don't have the means, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the strength. Please lead me to a teacher who can help me meet you. So when God detects this sincere desire in the soul, He arranges for that soul to meet a true Guru. And not only does He arrange for that meeting, He creates the faith from inside. You feel this strong inspiration. This is the soul. This is the teacher I was looking for. When that inspiration comes in a very strong way, you can know this is not an ordinary inspiration. It is coming by the grace of God. Like they say, the call of God is the strongest call in the life. Similarly, you feel that strong inspiration and that deep faith towards the Guru. However, our desire must be sincere. If our desire is mixed, I want God, but then I also want some gimmicks by which I can become a rich man and worldly successful. So then God will lead us to such a Guru who will give us different kinds of vibhutis, etc. All right, you do the Santoshi Mata Vrat for 16 Shukravars and then you will get this result. So our desire must be very clear. That is the insurance policy. Connecticut is known for its insurance companies. So your biggest insurance is the sincerity of your own desire. When you have that sincere desire, God will ensure that you will not develop the faith in a wrong place. He will ensure that. People don't have that. They develop the faith in the wrong place. Later on they say, oh, I got cheated. You got cheated? The reason is you wanted to get cheated. You did not want God alone. You desire God alone. desire His selfless love. That insurance policy you keep with yourself, and you see God is seated in the heart. Jo tu dhave ek pag, to main dhaun 60. He says, you take one step to me, I will take 60 steps to you. So, with a sincere desire, we pray to God to help us find a true teacher. And God will help establish that connection, and that teacher will then help us meet God. So it's like a sequence. Kripaluji Maharaj says, Hari Kripa Guru Mele Govinda Radhe, Guru Kripa Hari Mele Sabko Bata De. When God bestows the grace, you will find the Guru. When the Guru bestows the grace, you will find God. So Narad ji has now, having said all that, he says that labhyate pi tat kripayaiva, you will find that Guru by the grace of God. So we have covered this sutra number 41 already, tasmin stajjane bheda bhavat. The Guru is divine like God. Now come to sutra number 42. Tadeva sadhyatam. Tadeva sadhyatam. So now he says, therefore, engage in devotion, perform your sadhana under the guidance of a Guru. See, even Sri Krishna, who is God himself, he accepted a Guru. When he went from Vrindavan to Mathura, he went to the ashram of Sandipani Muni. And for 64 days, he studied under Sandipani Muni and learned 64 sciences. So his colleague in Sandipani Muni's ashram was Sudama. So Sudama tells Krishna, Yasya chandomayam brahma deha avapanam vibho shreyasam tasya gurushu vasotyanta vidambanam. He says that the Vedas are manifested by you. They are your Vangmay Swarup. They are the manifestation of God in that writing form. So when you have manifested this reservoir of knowledge, do you need a Guru? You are going and getting instruction from a Guru. This is only your divine Leela and nothing else. So why did Krishna do that Leela? To teach us the lesson that we will need a Guru. Sri Ram did the same thing. He went to the ashram of Guru Vasisht. Guru Griha Gaye Padhan Raghurai. So what did he study? Kakha Gagha. Now does God need to study the alphabets? So Tulsidas ji, he clarifies later on, Alpa Kala Vidya Sab Ai. And nobody should have any confusion. So he says, in a short time he learnt everything. And then in the next chopai he says, Jaki sahaja shwasa shruti chari so hari padha yah kautuka bhari. That Lord who manifests the Vedas by his breath, he is studying under a Guru. This is Kautuk. Kautuk means divine Leela. So why did Ram do that? To teach us all that we will need a Guru. So Narad ji is also telling us that you do your bhakti under the guidance of a Guru. First of all, now what does it mean to make a Guru? There's a big confusion. Some people think that you get a mantra in the ear and it's all done. It's not like that. You have to get knowledge from the Guru. You have to understand the knowledge of the scriptures. You have to absorb it within yourself. That is the important thing, not just getting a mantra in the ear. Now, what is this mantra you are getting? Kling Krishnaya Nama, Rang Ramaya Nama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. All right. So by getting it in the ear, does it become big? The same mantra is written in the books. Besides, if you don't say it in Sanskrit, if you say it in your native language, in Hindi or Gujarati or Punjabi or Bengali or Odia or Marathi or English, will God not understand? Will God say, listen, I don't understand this, I only understand Sanskrit? Is there some kind of language prejudice in the realm of God? Absolutely not. God understands the language of the heart. Bhavagrahi Janardana. Murkho vadati Vishnaya, dhiro vadati Vishnave, tayor mulyam tu vaitulyam bhavagrahi Janardana. Those who know Sanskrit, they say Vishnave Namah. Those who do not know Sanskrit, they say Vishnaya Namah. Ramaya Namah, Krishnaya Namah, Govindaya Namah, Vishnaya Namah. There are many Pandits who do not. But God doesn't care whether you said Vishnaya Namah or Vishnave Namah. He cares about the love, your surrender, your attachment, your sentiment with which you have said it. You can say Ram Ram, and Valmiki did not say Ram Ram, he said Mara Mara. God doesn't care. Yashoda did not say Krishna, she used to say Lala. That's how in the land of Braj they addressed the child. So Yashoda used to say Lala. And Krishna's friends did not even say that. They would say Kanuva, because he's a friend. But the love with which they are saying it, that is what Krishna is seeing. And the gopis went even beyond. They would say Chaur Jar Shiromani, the leader of the loafers and thieves. Now such kind of words you speak to somebody and violence will start in the world. But Krishna is overjoyed. Oh, so wonderful. Why? He's seeing the love in the heart. So God is concerned with your love, not with the letters that you are saying.